Hey, guess what I'm doing here? Looking for a mine? You guessed it right. Come with me and see what I can find. It's a very peaceful place. There's loads of sheep and lambs. It's just that time of the year. Oh, here's one little one. It's really windy. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh my god. But I'm gonna check whether those are mines. Oh, it's a bit better now. God, that was windy. So, easily, could this be that easy that they're just here? Right, so that's just a stream. That looks a bit more promising. You see, that goes down. It's really, really low. I mean, this is ridiculously low, but it's definitely a person-sized low. Right. Okie dokie, so that looks good, because it does actually go underneath. It does go down. Aha, so one problem with this mine, with this level, is that I think there's a water pipe that is used to well, no, actually I'm thinking it drains. No, it probably drains out of the mine rather than in. Maybe they're using the water, because if they're using it to drain into, then it's going to be hopelessly flooded. I was confused about that pipe, and actually it only drains the level, then it just goes out here. So from there to here, that's why I can see daylight. Oh, what a numpty. Oh my god, it's so wet just getting through that rain there. You get wet no matter what you do. But once you're inside the mine, look how tiny, look how narrow that level is. Yeah. And this doesn't, well, I say this doesn't look too bad. This is something to be found out. Oh no. Hang on. Is this... It's just because I don't want to do all the wellies today, because I've still got a bit to drive. There actually isn't much information about this mine. It's quite obscure. There's a few other mines in the area, but this one is the sort of most obscure. God, the echo, can you hear that? Yeah. So, it was a metal mine, obviously. As you can tell, the tunnel's not very wide. And I think it was lead, or lead and zinc, as they normally were in this area in Wales. I'm just walking really slowly because I don't know if you realise, but like my wellies are it's just level, welly level. I don't know how it works out, but so often it's just exactly at the right level. Okay. So where are the shot holes? I can't see. Oh yeah, there's one there. So this is a lower level. There's supposed to be one higher up as well, where I haven't been yet. So I'll you know, if we can find it, we'll check the other one as well. Oh God, it's just so still not getting shallower. So is this a crossroads of sorts? Because that's what's happening here. Okay. Normally, by the time you hit the crossroads, it really shallows, but it's not the case. I'm just going to step on this. Oh, okay, so it does, yeah, there is a bit of a crossroads, so I always try and go left if I can. Oh, is that... Are they just hand drills? You know, these rods they used to poke the shot holes, which they would then stuff with explosives. But then so many in one place. Maybe that's something else. And what's over there? Okay. Yeah, so many. There's some good rustical action happening around them. For so many years. Nah, they're flat, so maybe these are just... Are they real? No, that one's really thin. And and these ones, and that one's flat. It's almost like an assortment of all sorts in one place. Yeah. Oh, well, it's nice that they're all gathered up here. Okay, so is this okay, we can see some, these, they don't look like railway sleepers. This is more like a, you know, like an explosive box or something like that. And that this is, okay, so this is the end of this little offshoot. Yeah, there's a funny vein going on, just like a little string across the wall. Okay, well, there's nothing in there. So, but I know it goes the other way as well. Ah, is that timber? Yeah, that's timber. What do we have here? This looks like the top of a little barrel, like a, you know, like a barrel for, I don't know, explosives or something else they would be used. So it's not a completely bare mine of artifacts. Why is it purple? Why is it purple? Yeah, what would make it purple? Never seen that. Ooh, okay. I think I can see something interesting out there. What is it? And it's still not any shallower, so I'm still having to be really careful. Oh dear, that's just the case in this area. Oh, what are they? Okay, so these look like old Stencils, and actually, that makes all the sense, because if you look up, there's a, well, I would assume it's a stove. Obviously, it could be a shaft, but no, yeah, it's just a stove. So this is where they would have taken the lead ore out. But what's this thing? That's what caught my eye. So this. Well, maybe they would have had some kind of, you know, like proper pump rods going. And the good news, it has actually shallowed slightly. So, oh, there's a lovely pack wall. Oh, yeah. Just when you find these, you really feel the presence of the miners. It just really, you can imagine all the work that would have gone into that. And how neatly they stacked it, considering it's, you know, pack walls. It's just, you know, their waste, their rubbish piles, essentially just very neat. This is not an old artifact. This looks, or is it glass? Oh no, it is glass. So maybe this is actually old. Sorry about that. This could be a fairly old bottle. Yeah, who makes bottles like that nowadays? That's why I thought it was plastic. So this would have been quite old. Yeah, so what it says on the bottle, it says N and Co. Can you see that? Yeah, and there's something else which I can't quite make out. Is it a year? Is it? Oh, is it? Oh, is it 1980? No, it can't. Is it 1886? That could actually be, but then, I'll have to look into this. Yeah, okay, I'll turn it back up the right way up. Okay, so here's our lovely pack wall. I mean, look at that. Nice, I really do like them. Oh my God, it carries on. No way, and this is like a mini stove maybe? Oh, look at these timbers. There's a little formation here. So that's how you know you're getting a bit closer to the real deal, to the workings. And it's a lot shallower. Is that a dead end? No, it's not. that a mini fall. So you see how high the water level would have been, because this is all still covered in this silty material. So maybe it rises quite significantly in winter. That would make sense. Another little beautiful pack wall. Very nice. I wonder if they actually blocked up a tunnel there, because that's what, so, that looks like, yeah. If they didn't really find anything useful, then often they would use the tunnels to get rid of the waste material. Still keeps going on. Oh, that's a nice, this is a nice view of the angle. Yeah. It just dips quite, well, it's not vertical and it's not 45, it's something in between, maybe 75 degrees. Any graffiti? Not really. Just very smooth. Oh, I thought it was a dead end, but actually there's a turn and it gets really narrow. What's that? Is that a dead end? Is that the end of the road? Oh, more pack walls. No, it's snakes. This is the snake mine, because it really snakes around and around. And you just think, where would I be? You know, in relation to overground, where would I be? Oh, I love, you know, you start to see the colour. Obviously the yellow is probably just iron, but isn't it beautiful? When I'm not walking and when I'm not talking, it's just so quiet in here. That's why I'm going to carry on walking and talking, because you need a coping mechanism. And I find that, you know, coming here with a camera and with you guys to keep me company, that helps me. So, you know, if you ever feel like you're a bit scared, sometimes it just helps to at least imagine you've got company. I don't know. What do you do? What's your coping mechanism? Maybe you never get scared. I love this. I love this dip. So smooth. And the floor actually is really, there's hardly any space. So I doubt there would have been a track here. I think this probably would have been just a wheelbarrow. And you can see the sort of the groove there it would have worn out. Anyway, onwards and inwards. Yeah, onwards and inwards. That's the new slogan. What's happening here? It's just peeling off. Oh my God, you see how thin that is? Shards. Okay. Yeah, so it just follows this. I guess that just makes sense, because if the vein ran along this, maybe they were able to actually even find something, or maybe not, because unless it was just a very tiny vein, but then they just would have followed the vein in as far as they could find things, and they just kept going. But you know, it keeps going. I can't believe how long this mine is. Okay, so this is not really yet. This is just they put some waste pile in there, but it's not another tunnel. Okay, there's that's some kind of maybe again another ring to like a little wooden barrel. That doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, it's just a little alcove. Maybe they found something. But you see, so here it becomes almost, the dip becomes almost 90 degrees. No, not, is it 90? Vertical. I'm getting confused. Yeah, it would be 90 degrees. Oh, I know what that was. This is the top of like a little canister, like a little can of maybe oil, I want to say. But the funny thing is, it carried on. This is a bit of a revelation, this mine, because I was even thinking, is it worth bothering? Because, you know, it was such a tiny, you know, little post letterbox to go in, I thought maybe it's not worth it, you know, maybe it's just hideously flooded and that's it. But no, keeps going. And lots of pack walls, beautiful work. So these pack walls, they're probably just hiding tiny little tunnels. I don't think they're any big. Although the spoil heaps, you couldn't really see large spoil heaps outside, so maybe they just used as much, you know, the internal tunnels as much as they could, and then just got rid of obviously the major material. Oh, is that a modern bucket or is that an old bucket? we need a bucket specialist. That looks old actually. Yeah, so it's an old, do you see how the side of it, I don't know if it's because they put something on top of, or sort of draped something around the side, it just rusted around, or maybe that was the handle, and then it just rusted out a hole in it. Oh, sad little bucket. Yeah, and this is beautiful. So do you see the seam where it's been welded together? I guess, you know, if you really wondered, like, oh, is this an old bucket? First of all, it's made out of iron, you know, it's made out of metal. Who would ever do that nowadays? But also, yeah, the seam. Wow. And I know, okay, it's just a bucket, you might say, but actually I haven't seen buckets in this beautiful condition where you would see the, you know, these little buttons to, you know, how they would have welded it. What's the word? I can't think, you know, and the almost like a buckle for the handle, how it curves around beautifully. I don't think I've seen a bucket, you know, you see the kibbles, so you see the big kibbles, but this is just a humble bucket. So it's a very interesting example. Oh well, exciting for me anyway. So is this it, or is this, does it carry on? Actually, just before, well, we check whether we can carry on, there's this looks like what used to be a wooden kibble, and then you can see the bands, they still remain. So don't want to step on these. But does that go anywhere? Ooh, I'm not so sure about that. Does that just drop? I need to check, just in case it drops steep down. Ooh, humid. Okay, so this is the end of the road for me today, because look, it just drops down. It looks like what looks like a flooded winds, and then it does carry on the other way around. Sorry, I'm squished in that little gap. Looks like it carries on over there. But above, I don't know if I can lift the camera up. Over there, there's a false floor above. Oh God, I'm squished in. And it looks like you could maybe come down from the upper level from above. Anyway, I'm gonna unsquish myself. Okay, well, say goodbye to the bucket. Oh my God, what a huge surprise, you know, a tiny hole in the ground and such a beautiful mine with all sorts of interesting artifacts. The valley goes up, so that quite hopefully the mine just follows this tiny little stream, which, well, it's almost dry, but metal mines often do, so hopefully following this little stream we can find the other level if it's open. Oh, it's unbelievably windy. It's such a nice day. The wind turbine is happy. Me, not so much. Well, it might be there. So I don't know if it's simply too windy to film, but what I wanted to show you is an ancient enclosure. So you can see over there, there's a little circle. So that's very old, and obviously farmers, they're told to preserve these sort of features from, I don't know, Bronze Age or whatever. Oh, save the lamb from getting stuck in the fence, but it's still a bit lopsided. Oh God, I hope so. I'm stuck in between, because they've got these double layer, and it was literally wedged inside. Oh God. Oh, it was so windy I couldn't even say goodbye properly, but yeah, the upper level is completely, I mean, if that little indent in the ground was, maybe that's the remains of it, but I did look around the the slopes and couldn't really find anything else. So I think, but that was good enough. The lower level is good enough. And yeah, that's another mine covered. So join me for another explore soon. Take care, take it easy, goodbye.